Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new here. I'm Alexandra and I am back with a new video for you guys, and I'm so excited to show this video to you, and that is because I'm finally releasing the second version of my realistic save file, which is Sulani world, and I cannot wait to dive more into everything I've put together in this save file, and I really hope that you will love it and that you will download it, because I honestly poured my heart into this and I'm so excited about how it turned out, and I cannot wait to show you more. So if you don't know already, I've already released the version 1 of the save file, which was New Crest, and now it's time for me to move forward on the next world, and I've chosen Sulani for this one because it's summer and it's the perfect location to play in this time of year. If you ask me, each time it's summer, I love building and playing in Sulani, so that's why now I've decided to make a save file in Sulani, and I cannot wait to actually work more on different worlds for you, because I really am so glad and so happy that you loved my New Crest save file, and this is actually continuing that save file, and it's up on my channel if you want to check that out as well. And I wanted to integrate this both worlds in somehow of a story, and I intend to do that for further more worlds in The Sims 4. And before diving into Sulani and the builds, I would like to mention some important facts about this save file I've mentioned in the previous video as well. And the first thing might be that this is a no custom content save file. I've used only items that are in the game using multiple packs. I did in fact used all the packs that are today released in the franchise except for Journey to 𝐬𝐤�2, and I am happy that I can make a full and very lived-in save file using everything that this beautiful game has to offer us. But unfortunately, I really am sorry, maybe that some of you probably don't own all the packs, but in case you want to check this save file out, you can definitely try it even though you don't have all, with the mention that it's probably gonna lack a lot of items in decorations, in building, and stuff like that. The second thing that I would love to say about the save file is the fact that I used the tool mod in this save file to make everything in the neighborhoods more alive and lived in, which means the neighborhoods that you know how they looked before in Sulani, they are completely changed and transformed because I've added buildings and plants and a lot of outdoor activities for Sims and everything that you will see furthermore in the video. I added a ton of those things, and the fun fact is that you don't need to have the tool mod to actually have all of that in your game, and I really think that's a plus. And the last thing that I want to say about this save file is that you are playing on a console and you can't have custom save files in your game. I will upload to the gallery each building that I have in Sulani, so the console players can download the builds from there and have them in their own Sulani world. And with all of that being said, I think it's time for us to go in Sulani, and this is the map of Sulani. As you can see, it's filled with buildings. We also have families. The Townies that you know that live in Sulani, they are still here. I didn't remove them, evicted them. What I did was that I transformed them and I gave to everyone a makeover. So if you know all the Townies that were in Sulani by default, they are still there. We have Nagata family, we have the Koala family, the Optili family, and then we also have the Kahanui family. So these are the family that live here. And I've only made the Okamura family by myself because I wanted an extra large family in this save file. And yes, I believe this video is gonna be split in half. The first part I will try to quickly show you some of the builds that I love the most in the save file from each neighborhood, and then we will cover the lore that I tried to add to the save file, because everything that you know from New Crest, it's connected with the new Townies that are here in Sulani. So everybody knows each other, and it's a lot to say, so that's why I will talk about that later on the video. But now I believe we're gonna go to see the first house, which is right here, and it's one of my favorite in the save file, and it's the mermaid's house. We are in Onali town, and this is the neighborhood where we have a lot of families that live here, and it's more like a community and family oriented neighborhood. And this is the first house that I wanted to show you. I built this house a while ago, and I wanted to quickly show to you some of the interiors of the homes I did, how everything is decorated and how everything is very neat and cluttered in the same time. I would love to add, because you know me and clutter. I think every builder it's into clutter if you ask me. But yes, this is a very big family generations house. Here are living the mermaids family that I have in the save file, and I really do love the fact that we have plenty of rooms and bedrooms for kids. We have also a gardening space, and I really love the vibe of this house that's looking, you know, colorful and alive, and I really do think that it blends so nice with the background view. And furthermore, I would love to show you the two houses that are empty on this neighborhood, which of course they are ready to move in if your Sims have some money in their pockets, because they are quite expensive. This one, it's almost 180k simoleons, and this one over here, it's just 96. A lot, I know, but if you want to play on budget, we do have a starter home, which is in the other neighborhood. But speaking about these two, let me show you what's in them. As I mentioned before, this neighborhood is very family oriented, because all the houses here are somehow for generations and families that do really have, you know, kids, and they are a huge household, because you can easily have here 8 Sims, because we have a ton of bedrooms and a lot of open space area. As you can see, we have this very big hallway with an opening to the ground floor, and then we have bedrooms for kids. We have nurseries, which are very cute. This is a room for a child, and over on this side it's gonna be the master bedroom, very clean. And on the upper floor we have again another room for a teenager maybe, and an extra room that I thought maybe can be for a grandparent, or why not for guests. We have chess, telescopes, any kind of activity that it's in the game. I tried to add them to the build to, you know, have actual things that you can do, but considering how filled this world is, you definitely won't be lacking ideas of what you can actually do, because there's a lot of things to do. We also have this open space grill area, which makes it feels like it's indoors because we have windows here, but in the same time it's outdoors because we have spandrels here and the barbecue is outside, and I really thought that's a really cute thing to have in this house. And the overlook of this beach coastal Sulani house makes me just so happy just to see it like this, and I really do love this this build so much. But moving forward, I would love to show you a business lot that we have, and that is this one where the Wapili family lives, and they also have a business that's running here where they do sell fish and tropical fruits. I really am happy with this build because it gives a lot of gameplay to the actual game. And as you can see, we have a gardening area here and a sales table in front of the build, and in this side and this house is actually separate in two parts. The first house, which is here with the big tower, and on this side we have the shop where they do sell tropical fruits, because I thought, what's the best thing to sell in Sulani if not avocados and coconuts and pineapples? We also have some pears and watermelons and these things that I pretended they are oranges, but they are not, and they are actually functional. If they will be empty at some point, you just have to like grab one of this and just add it on the snapping places. As you can see, I had an empty space there just because someone bought a pineapple, and that's the way to do it. Also for the fish, which is in this side, and as you can see, spots here are quite empty because Sims actually bought fish. I didn't know they like really buy this, but they do, because I play tested everything, and as you can see, if you snap here any item that you want, any fish, any lobster, anything that you actually caught, you can snap them right over here, and then you will be able to sell them, and people will gonna come to your business and buy everything. The next thing I would like to share with you, it's from the second neighborhood, the modern one, and it's the beach lot, which is right over here, the oceanside public beach. And guys, just wait, you will gonna love this. Here we are on the public beach on a 50 by 50 lot, and I completely made this lot. It was empty. I had a blast. It was the best time of my life furnishing. In fact, it's not furnishing, it's, I don't know, designing this space, because it's on water, and I am completely obsessed. Everything, it's so perfect, and people really come here and they have such a good time, and I really do envy my Sims because they really are so lucky to be able to travel to a space like that. And as you can see, we have playground for kids, a lot of lounges, and even an ocean bathhouse, and the public toilets are right over here. We have separate ones, and this main one, which is for both females and males, and over to this side it's the bar area where you can grab coffee, food, drinks, whatever you might wish to have while you are lounging in the sun. It's ready for you to have it here. And on this side, I added a tiny space for weddings. I know it seems crowded, and I know it kind of looks, you know, very empty, but the point was not to have a lot here. The point was to be able to get married here with this gorgeous view in the back. And as I said, I'm obsessed with this view. As you can see, this is stunning, especially during the night. Just look at this. I'm obsessed, I have to be honest. So moving on to another lot that I would love to showcase to you guys. It's this modern house that's in the other side of this lot, and it's right over here. It's very far away from the neighborhood, and it's the residence for the Nagata family, the Townies that already were here on this lot. And I really do think it's a perfect house for them. It's very modern. I don't even know how I chose modern for this neighborhood and the last neighborhood, because in my mind, when I started to rebuild Sulani, I actually thought that everything is gonna be traditional and very, you know, Sulani type, like the houses were previously here. But it turned out that I went with a modern theme for this lot, and also for a restaurant that we have, and I really do love this build. It has only one master bedroom and a room for a child, and as you can see here, we have a sauna and a gym. And moving on, I would love to also share with you now some things that I've added with tool mod around the neighborhood to make it more lived in. Struggling with the tool mod, I tried to give functionality to this tiny private island, let's say, and we have a wedding venue here, and I really do love it. Everything is functional. Your Sims can come here with a boat or by swimming, but that would take kind of a lot of time depending where they are coming from. If your Sim is a mermaid, they can come up really quick, but you can go by boat or you can use a jet ski or whatever you like. If you come on this island, it's functional. You can have a private wedding, maybe only with your loved one in secret, or maybe you can have only 1 or 2 friends or how many people you want. If you want your wedding to actually happen here, you can select the lot for this wedding to be any lot in this neighborhood and then bring everyone here. So that's how you can make it functional. And over on this side we have the dining table. You can bring a cake in your inventory. If you will get a bartender or maybe a performer for the piano, you definitely can hire them. They will come here. I don't know how quickly, but they will definitely be right over here. And right on this side we have some sort of a chill space. If you don't want to party for the wedding in that side, you can come over here and hang by the fire pit or swing and have a really nice time. And in fact, everything looks so beautiful during the night. I'm obsessed with this spot. That's why I said it's my favorite one. As you can see, we have space for dancing and having a bonfire. We have playground for kids. We have some selling tables, because if you don't have money to have one at home, you can just travel here and use these ones to sell anything you would like, from pottery to your meals if you are a chef. Anything that you want to sell or maybe craft something, you can come here and use these sailing tables. And other thing that I added in this neighborhood, it's this buildings right over here, which make everything look more, alive, as I like to call. And we also have boats in this area, and we have space where you can pretend that you rent boats. I really do enjoy the view of this neighborhood. It's very bright, it's very shiny, as you can see, and everything that you don't recall being here are the things that I've added by myself with the tool mod. And moving on, the last neighborhood that I want to show you, it's the last but not least, because it is in fact my favorite neighborhood from this save file. This is the vacation neighborhood, guys, and it's the place where you can come and rent this vacation rental and spend the best time of your Sims life on this recreation center and over to this spa. And I believe we're gonna go now to this vacation rental to check it out and to explain to you why this is my favorite neighborhood. This is the first one I started to work on, and to be true, I didn't know what I was gonna do there, and it was my least favorite neighborhood, but now it turns out that it's my favorite because I transformed it. And here we are with this vacation rental where you can come in holiday with your family and friends. You can easily have the main house for your family, and if you have some friends that joined you in the vacation, we have tiny gazebos that they can use, because we have bunk beds and space for 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and if I'm not mistaken, another one right over here. So we have space for 8 Sims. This is like pretty decent size for a very filled vacation with a lot of Sims. And while you are renting this space for your vacation, you have a ton of things to explore, because everything here it's different. As you can see, we have different buildings and we have a lot of things to see. We have this huge dock, and that's why this is my favorite neighborhood of them all. I built this. I'm still blown away with the patience that I have while doing this, but I'm so excited that I did. I even tried to make a cruise. It's not functional, but I loved this idea. And I also love this lighthouse that's on top of this rock, and the buildings here that I was thinking maybe they can be hotels. And over here we have the recreation center where you can actually go to the gym, you can swim, you can play soccer, you can dance. We have a lot of space for kids to play You have space to barbecue, to dance, to sit by the bonfire, to get a suntan, and also a beautiful bar area. And I really do love this lot because you can have a ton of things here. And over on this side where the volcano is, we have the quiet zone, the relaxation zone, the space where you can come and be alone and be in a very zen vibe and use the sauna, the meditation and yoga room by the volcano. And I really do love this view so much. And I think that would be everything I wanted to show you for my builds in the save file. I really hope you love them. Of course, you have more to discover because we have here a residential rental, and I will talk more about that later. We have this starter house that I didn't show you, and also we have this family house which is occupied. And I have to say that each family here has new descriptions, also the families and also the lots. And also Sulani, it's now a calm, sun-soaked paradise where life moves slow and the ocean whispers serenity. That's what I had in mind while building this, guys. And I believe now it's time to show to you how this Sulani save file is connected and related to the new Crest one. Because we're gonna talk about the townies, the makeovers, and the relationships between them, and the lore that I tried to add to the save. Alright, so here we are in the neighborhood with the volcano, and this is actually, as I mentioned, the vacation neighborhood where people come in vacation and they do spend some quality time. And I have to say that this is my favorite neighborhood, and we are now at the part where I show you the families and the lore that I tried to add to my save file, because in the previous one, as I said, I didn't spend like so much time focusing on the Sims and on the stories. So the first point is that I tried to integrate the families in this save file with the ones in New Crest, so they are connected. They know each other, they love each other, they hate each other, and somehow it makes like the whole story to be, you know, more realistic, because as you know, this is all about realism. But here in Sulani we also have some fantasies because we have mermaids. Of course, I had to integrate mermaids in Sulani. So here we have Genevieve, and she is here swimming with her lover. They are both teenagers, and the story is that Harvey here is her soulmate, and in fact Harvey is living in New Crest, and it's the son of the best property owner in New Crest, and his mom actually bought other rentals in Sulani as well. They've extended the family business, and now they have 2 rentals also here in Sulani. And yes, in fact, there's a whole background to these two, because, you know, like I wanted to have also some drama, and for that case, I added here also Dwayne. They are living in the other neighborhood, the family-oriented neighborhood in Sulani, and this was a toxic relationship, I might add. I can open the profile so you can see that everything is awkward now. He was like a toxic crush that Genevieve had, and they moved on, but they kind of still have, you know, like hearts broken, and yeah, that's the past. But now Genevieve seems to like found the love of her life, and the fun fact about that is I'm picturing him to want to become also a mermaid. Because speaking about mermaids, Genevieve here is part of the Okamura family, and they are all mermaids actually. And I was imagining for them to be like the family that's well known in all Sulani for being mermaids, and they are the only ones that are mermaids in Sulani. and it's kind of a big secret, something that nobody knows how to actually become a mermaid. And somehow I think Genevieve would love to share the secret to her loved one, to Harvey. And people like are, have such a respect for this family because, they consider them as, not usual and something pretty cool to be a mermaid. And yes, let me show you in fact my Sims. So this is the father. This is the only family that I made by myself for this save file, and the other ones are just Townies, the regular Townies that that live in Sulani, but they are completely changed. Believe me, you won't recognize them. This is the mother, Rhiannon, and she is like the queen mother of mermaids. And I cannot wait for the two kiddos that they have, the brother and sister, Ariana and Arav, which are twins, to also become mermaid. But you might wonder why we are on the vacation rental. We are here because we are on vacation. We are in holiday because if you remember, or if you watched my other save file video, you know that I added events and holidays in the Sims seasons calendar. So today, it was going on vacation day, but now it's past midnight, so it's done. But that's why we started a vacation here, but also with friends, not only with this family, because the best friend of Rhiannon here, it's actually Joanna here, the best property owner, as you recall from the new Crest save file. So they are like best friends, and they came to vacation because they really like love each other and they understand each other, and they are like besties. And in fact, I believe they're gonna be like somehow related if Genevieve here is going to marry Harvey. And the other connection that I have with the families in Sulani are that the other daughter of Joanna here, it's now in a relationship with Dwayne here because he was so heartbroken after Genevieve, and they met in high school, and I believe now that's the love of Dwayne here. But let me show you the other families that I have in the save file, because as I said, we have the mermaids family that's completely made by myself, and they live in this very big house, I might add. It's a generation house. It's so huge. It's on a 40 by 30 lot, and they quite like deserved that house. And on this 30 by 30 lot, on this family pink beach house, we have the koala family, where the family of Dwayne lives, and he has the little sister. They have a newborn baby. That's not me. I didn't touch anything. It just showed there. So The Sims, the game, decided to have another baby for Makoa here and Liliana. In case you don't know them, these were the Sims before, and these are they now. I really kinda changed them. You can't really tell they were like this before, but as I said, I gave makeovers to everyone, and I haven't had so much fun with Create a Sim. Believe me, not even when I made the families for the new Crest save file. So that's what's kind of happening in this area in Ohali town. And the other thing that I have in this neighborhood is the Hopili family, or Apili. I don't even know how to call them. I'm not so good with names here in Sulani, and I do apologize. I am sorry for that. And this family, you know it, maybe they were living on this lot, on a house that I bulldozed. Of course I did. And they bought this house here, which is the traditional house that was here for generations, because here lives Kiala, and got that house from her parents, and she's living with Leah, her granddaughter, and she has the family business that was from her parents, and she intends to leave it as an inheritance for her daughter. And the business that I'm telling you, it's for fish and for tropical fruits, because yes, this is a house with a small business and they are selling tropical fruits and fish. Because if we go there, and I would love to go there now to show you guys, it's actually a lot that I really do love, because they live on the same lot and they have the business on the same lot. And here is 𝐸𝐤𝐤, and I might change her outfit because I wanted to make it daytime. And in case you're wondering what am I using now, it's the UI cheat. You don't need it in your game for the save file, but I'm using to, change time quickly. So we are gonna tend the table with a lot of fruits. Look how she's growing the fruits by herself. And here is the fish market. I will tell you more in a couple of minutes, because I really do want now to actually start the business, to have some customers. And the granddaughter, of course, she is going to also help and stock tables and sell fish, because she loves fishing. We have like skills for every family and every townie here. As you can see, she's already at almost level 7 on the fishing. And why is that? Because the family, like the grandparents of Leah here, they were only on tropical fruits. They were growing fruits and selling them. But then 𝐸𝐤𝐤 here decided to also start fishing and have like the best fish in Sulani. And that's why I imagined that she passed this fascination for fishing to her granddaughter, and they are doing all of that in the custom fishing dock that I built right over here. So they also own this dock. It's not functional, unfortunately, but I really do enjoy how this is looking. And usually Leah is doing the fishing, and the grandmother cares about the sales and everything to be perfect. And I won't talk more about that. I showed you the build previously. You know how it's looking. And also, this neighborhood, an occupied house, perfect if you want to start a legacy challenge or a generation challenge. And in fact, the only thing that's sad, you can't start kind of rags to riches, or maybe on a budget, because in this neighborhood we don't have any starter homes. And I do apologize. I know some of you really love to start from a budget and to play with the budget, but I couldn't. This place is too beautiful not to make expensive houses. And that's what's happening here. Fishing and the family here are very family oriented. They love beach life, they love community life. And one thing I would like to add about 𝐸𝐤𝐤 here is the fact that she was born here, she was raised here, she had her parents and grandparents in the same house over the generations, and she doesn't like the fact that the other two neighborhoods became more modern. And she tries as much to stand out for her thoughts and beliefs about Sulani, and that's why she doesn't quite get along with the best property owner from New Crest, because 𝐸𝐤𝐤, as I told you, already built and rented 2 rental units, and she doesn't like that because she knows 𝐸𝐤𝐤 will extend. And she doesn't want Sulani to be commercial and touristic. She wants to be, as traditional as the aesthetic of her house is when she grew up. And that's what I thought about, a background story for this family. And if you're watching here to the relationships panel, you can see that she is pretty close to Jacob. Jacob being the best businessman in New Crest. And she kind of, mentored somehow Jacob to become this very good businessman and have a lot of businesses in New Crest. And somehow their parents kind of knew each other. So that's how, Jacob kind of sees her like a second mom, because they were probably in my mind, in my backstory, growing together. So yes, that's about the relationships in this neighborhood as well. And if we travel to the other neighborhood, that is the modern one, you will probably understand more about everything I tried to add in here. So the 𝐸𝐸𝐸 family from this slot is really getting along with 𝐸𝐸𝐤𝐤. And right here we have 𝐸𝐸𝐿𝐸 family, which don't really like love the property owner, and they hate the fact that 𝐸𝐸𝐤𝐤 also has these two rentals. This oceanside residence, which is owned by 𝐸𝐸𝐤𝐤 family. I really don't know how to pronounce that name. I do apologize. And they really do get along. So this side of the map, it's quite getting along with 𝐸𝐸𝐤𝐤, but she is the oldest in Sulani and she doesn't like the fact that she's, modernizing everything. And in fact, I love the fact that I went with a modern theme for the Save File because I'm more a traditional person myself. But for the background story, I really am happy that I came up with this idea, because as you can see, this is the modern neighborhood where we have the public beach, which is also modernized, and we have the restaurant here, which is actually a small business that's owned by the 𝐸𝐸𝐤𝐤 family, because they are also businessman and a businesswoman, and they also have a newborn baby and a dog. And they also encourage, they want to be the best business in Sulani, the best business owners in Sulani, and they are kind of in competition with the family from New Crest. But that's a whole different story that I haven't even thought so well. These are also Townies from Sulani. If you don't know, I will show you right now. So yeah, this is 𝐸𝐸𝐤𝐤 and this is 𝐸𝐸𝐤, and I know they do not look alike. They do not look as the Townies from Sulani, and I think I'm glad that maybe you won't recognize them. But now I would love to talk about 𝐸𝐸𝐤𝐤 family, the family that was living in this lot since the beginning, and I am really happy about how well they do get along and how do they look now, because if you don't know them, these were the Sims and I changed them. Yeah, I did that. And this is their house. I think this is my favorite house on Sulani, but I might be wrong. Yeah, so they are the ones who live here, and they quite don't really know no one. Not because I didn't have time to make connections or anything, but they are more reserved. I think that's the word I'm looking for, because they live on this very, this very far away house. They don't like, to gossip about what's happening in town, to go in town. They don't like to meet new people. They are very reserved and they just want to be, left alone and live peacefully and focus on their careers, because Leila here is a painter and Oliana here is a bodybuilder. They focus more on becoming better, and they don't really want to be integrated in groups, but I really do feel like they know how to fit in their own lifestyle they want to be in. So that's about 𝐸𝐸𝐤𝐤 family, and I wanted to show you how they live here, very separated from everyone else in the neighborhood. So I think I covered everything in the Save File and in the story that I have in the background. I don't know if this is much or not on the relationships and connections between them, but I wanted to try something different, guys, and I really did. Had so much fun to think about the connection on everyone, and I know I really do think I missed some details, because I was playing like crazy, to meet everyone, to make relationships, to have relationships, to break them, and to be true, as you saw in the story about Genevieve and Harvey and Wayne, I focused on teenagers, with a touch on, like an impact on families, because as you see, everyone is connected with everyone. You can't have secrets. You can't, step aside and don't care what people say or what's happening around you, because everyone, as I said, it's very connected, and that's what I wish for this save file. So with all of that being said, guys, I really do hope that you will love this save file. If you don't like my story, you can forget about it, forget that you heard what I had to say, and just start from scratch. Move someone in the starter house right over here, start a new story by your own, remove everyone that's living in my Sulani and add your own Sims, add your own lore to the game, make it fun, make drama, make whatever you like and whatever you feel like doing. I really hope you're gonna enjoy spending time with your Sims and create unbelievable stories, and I really hope that you will feel like you're there, because I actually felt like I was in Sulani while doing all of this for you, and I'm so grateful that you are here watching this. If you decide that you want to play in this save file, or you want to test it, or just maybe you want to see how it's looking and then forget about it, the download links are in the description down below, and I really hope that you will have fun with it. Don't hesitate to let me know in the comments if you liked it, if you have a plan on how to start a gameplay in this save file, and I really hope that you will enjoy it. And until the next time, don't hesitate to leave a like, a comment and a sub to the channel, and I guess I will see you in my next video and in my next save file release, which is gonna be Handford on Bagley. I'm sending you hugs. Bye everybody.